Now we have a quorum. All right, it's 7 o'clock, and this is the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for the town of Farragut, August 11th. We will start by rising for a moment of silent prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. First item is approval of the agenda. Do we need to make any changes? If not,
I move for approval of the agenda as written.
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next item is the mayor's report. I understand that Ms. Myers wants to say something about.
I do. Starting this evening, we're going to have some cards in the back table. We've got a table for the agenda and also some cards, and we now have a little piece of paper. I've just named it the order of the meeting, and it's so anyone who wants to speak on an agenda item or citizens forum, just as long as they want to speak, they can fill out the blue card in the back. So encourage people when they come in to fill those cards out, give them to me, and then when those items come up, we'll have their names and addresses ready for when they want to speak. So these are in the back if you want to look over them. It just kind of tells our kind of the steps when you can make questions or comments. So if you want to take a look at that tonight, you can.
Good idea, thanks. I have no other thing to report under Mayor's report, although tomorrow we are cutting the ribbon for the Turkey Creek public market. And that happens at 9. They actually open at 10, I think, right? And I'm told that if you want to go there, you need to get there early because they're going to have 500 vendors on site who will be parking. And they're expecting a crowd, so be forewarned.
Mayor, may I make a comment?
Sure.
I just would like to thank you for the letter that you wrote defending us and our policies and procedures on the use of our parks.
It didn't get published.
Well, it did. It was in the paper.
Which paper?
It was. That's how I read it. It was in the Saturday
Knox News Sentinel.
And anyway, I was
Well, I
very
missed it.
proud of you. We just need to let
Well, I'm
people
glad to
out
hear
there
that.
know how it works.
Next item is Citizens Forum. So has anybody filled out a card?
No one has filled out a card. They're nice blue cards, too.
Next item is approval of minutes of July 28th. Everybody had time to look at them and make changes. If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I will abstain as I was absent.
Now we move to ordinances. The first one is ordinance 11-11, ordinance to amend the capital investment program funds for fiscal year 2011.
This ordinance is the exact same as it was at the first reading, and like you said, it'd be amending the fiscal year 2011 CIP budget. That budget was approved on June 10th of 2010. This increase will be an increase of $1.2 million to the CIP fund, which will cover the cost for McPhee Park Phase 2. These were funds that were for change orders, and so to actually pay for those change orders, we do have to assign those funds. So the fund balance for the CIP will be $5.6 million, and all the additional funds will be through the fund balance, the capital investment fund. So staff recommends approval of ordinance 11-11, amending fiscal year 2011 budget.
This is second reading. I move to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Next is ordinance 11-12, ordinance to amend the capital investment program funds for fiscal year 2012.
These funds, in summary, are for funds that will be moving from fiscal year 2011 to fiscal year 2012. These funds were budgeted in 11 but will not be expended until 12, so we have to account for those. Also, item number 6 is actually an addition to our budget for this year. It is due to the higher construction costs than estimated for the Farm at Willow Creek drainage project, so that will be budgeted also in the fiscal year 2012 budget. The contract amount for Blaylock construction was $1.125 million, and so the difference between that and our total budget amount is $75,000. 30,000 of that is the incentive to the contractor to finish ahead of schedule, and the remaining $45,000 is for unit pricing for items like gravel, rock, and the concrete. And in your packets last week, we had those individual unit prices, and so if anybody has any questions about those, I do have those here. And
It's
so,
also a second reading.
yes,
so,
sir, second reading and the public hearing.
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now we move to business items. First item is consider approval of special event directional signage for Homes of Distinction at Bridgemore.
All right, on the screen, you can see where the placement requests are for the signs for the Homes of Distinction for Bridgemore. These will be in the right-of-way, so that's why it's coming before you for approval of those signs to be placed there. The date and the time of the event is September 8th through the 25th. It's Thursday through Saturday from 10 to 5 and Sunday from 12 to noon. So they will be taking these down on Mondays and putting them back up on Thursdays. So staff recommends approval of the special events permit for the Bridgemore Neighborhood Homes of Distinction.
Allison, what do the X's on the map signify?
Those are the locations of the directional signs they're wishing to place in the right-of-ways.
Okay, thank you.
When is that happening?
It's September 8th through the 25th.
Any discussion? I move to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next item is consider approval of special event directional signage for the Knoxville Open Golf Tournament.
Mayor, this is to approve a special event signage for the new Sentinel Open, and this will be, again, the same issue you just took before you for the Bridgemore event. It's actually from August 20th to the 29th. They will be placing signs in various parts of the right-of-way all throughout the town of Farragut, promoting the event for that week. They'll go up on Monday and come down the following Monday. Again, because these are in the right-of-way, it does require board approval. I know members and representatives from the golf tournament are here in case the board has any questions as well. This is very similar, in fact, pretty much the exact same thing that you were asked to approve last year for the golf tournament.
I don't know that anybody has any problem with those signs, do they?
I do. Can we see a picture of the sign again? Now, where is this golf tournament going to be played?
Box 10.
And that is in what city? Town of Farragut. Now, I'm looking at this sign, and I see Knoxville Open, Knoxville Open.
We have to forget that old sign. That is last year's sign. Well, that's actually 2 years ago. That's an old signage where the slides that were made originally were using some old.
Okay.
New Sentinel Open presented by Pilot.
Okay, is it? It's not the new Sentinel Open at Farragut.
Well, we have a lot of things we're trying to do this year to put the town of Farragut seal on several different things. And I was actually speaking. John Daly will be here, and if you weren't going to be featured on the Golf Channel already because of John Daly, you'll really be featured on the Golf Channel because of real opportunity. Farragut.
Oh, we're excited about that. Just like to see the name up there on that sign someplace so people know where it is.
We can actually,
Tickets.
We love it. We support it. We love it, but we like to have a little bit of recognition. Thank you. That's awesome.
I'd like to say something. You mentioned Monday through Monday. I'd like to actually put them up Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got the dates wrong. It is August 20th through August 29th is the period of time you'll be able to keep those up.
And I actually did take a vacation day on Monday, so I'd probably take it down.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Why do you have a problem with the signs?
Say Farragut on them anywhere. I don't have any problem with the locations. I think
All
it's
right.
I think it's
Well,
awesome.
that's what this is about. So are you moving approval?
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Next item, public hearing on a variance request from the Farragut Municipal Code, Title 16, Chapter 4, Driveways and Other Access Ways, Section 16-406, distance requirements, B, distance between driveways on Kingston Pike and Lovell Road for Costco Wholesale, 10745 Kingston Pike, located on the northwest corner of Kingston Pike and Lovell Road, approximately 24 acres, zone C1, B1, and floodplain. All 11 LLC applicant.
Access variances are associated with the Costco wholesale project, which includes the gas station and 2 out parcels. Although Lovell Road and Kingston Pike in this area are not located within the town of Farragut, our access ordinance is basically dependent on the road, on which still applies because it's based on the classification of the road. It does not matter whether it's in the town of Farragut or not, because our primary purpose is the protection of health, safety, welfare of the general public. The access points on to the Costco, there will be 1 to Lovell Road and 1 to Kingston Pike. The one on Lovell Road will line up with the current Arcadis entrance. Both of these access points will be signalized. The access to the Arcadis entrance is approximately 167 feet to the south and 236 feet to the north of existing curb cuts. This particular access location is the optimal location along Lovell Road. On the front end of the project, they had met with staff and we had talked about where the ideal location was for their access point, and they did line up with that location. Staff recommends recommends approval of the 233-foot variance to the north and the 164-foot variance to the south. The Planning Commission also recommended approval of these variances. The second variance is on Kingston Pike. The Kingston Pike entrance will line up with the recycling center. This is 72 feet to the east of the business driveways and 177 feet to the west of Farlow Drive. Farlow Drive obviously is a concern because of the conflict with the center turn lane and potential head-on collisions. However, as part of the project, Farlow Drive will be relocated to line up at the signalized intersection. So the next closest intersection to the west is 300 feet, and this is the access point into the Marty McDonald American Hardwood facility. Again, this does not affect, unlike the Farlow Drive, this is located on the same side of the road, so there is not a center turn lane conflict.